Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss about the concept of stacks and queues by Python programming language. And before getting into the programming, let us see how do stacks and queues implemented and how it works and based on which principle both will work. So for this already I found some PPT in online, so directly I am using here. Now first of all let us see what is stack. Generally stack is a linear list of elements where adding the element and deleting element can be done at the same place. So that is the basic principle of the stack. Linear list means here all elements are stored in a continuous memory locations. In a simple thing you can say that. Now here stack works in the principle of LIFO. LIFO means last in first out. So let us see what does it mean. So for assume that, so if you find any one side opened box, that can be considered as the stack. For suppose one bucket is there, so bucket top is open and remaining all three sides are closed. In the same way, if you find any box which is opened at the top, that can be assumed as the stack. So in that box, if you want to keep anything, so from which place you can do? From top side. At the same time, if you want to delete something, that is also can be done from the top side only. So there is no other option because all the three sides are closed. Now in this box I inserted three items. This is the first I have entered this one, second I inserted this box, and third I inserted this box. In this order I added the items. Now I want to perform delete operation, means I want to remove the items. So here first I have to remove this thing. There is no other option. For suppose you want to remove the second one, directly you cannot remove the second one because at the top this item is there. First you have to remove this one. After removing this one, then you can remove this one. After removing top two items, then you can remove the third item. So means if you carefully observe that whatever the item you inserted last, that item has been deleted first. So that is the stack principle, last in first out. The item inserted last will be deleted first. That is the working principle of stack. That is the last in first out. Here for insertion operation we have to follow one terminology that is called as the push. For deletion operation there is one terminology that is called as the pop, and one more terminology you have to remember that is called as the top. So last inserted element is always pointed by top. So top is one pointer which always points to the whatever the element you inserted last, that is called as the top. Now so initially for suppose there are no elements in the stack, that can be called as the empty stack. Now let's come to the push operation. Push means it is the push operation means it is the process of inserting elements into the stack. That operation name is called as the push. For suppose in a stack there are two elements are there, one is 20 and next one is 78. Now already I told that top is a pointer which always points to the topmost element. Now top is pointing to which element? 78. Means which element inserted last, that is pointed by top. So here if there are two elements are there, first I kept 20, then I kept 78. Now top is pointing to 78. Now I want to perform one more push operation. Here I want to add 30. After adding 30, what is the latest element here? Last inserted element 30. So 30 is pointed by top. So this is how you can perform push operation. Now pop. Pop means for deletion operation there is terminology in stacks that is called as the pop. For suppose here already three elements are there. Latest inserted element is 30. 30 is pointed by top. Now I want to perform pop operation. So whenever you are popping, obviously it removes the topmost element, means the element which inserted last. Here lastly I inserted 30, first 30 will be removed. I removed 30. Now among the remaining two elements, which one is the last inserted element? 78. That will be pointed by top. So this is the way you can perform pop operation. And next one is empty. So you have to check the status of stack, whether is there any elements or not. For suppose whenever you are performing deletion operation, you have to check the status, because sometimes when there are no elements in the stack, if you try to delete something, then it might create some error in the programming. That's why whenever you are performing deletion operation, before that once you have to check the status of the stack, whether it is empty or is there any elements or not. So these are the basic things about the stack. Now while writing the programming, how do top is represented? That is the main issue. So here already I told that top is points to the last inserted element. So here actually in programming, top is one variable which holds the index of last inserted element in the list. Actually stack is represented by using concept of lists in Python programming language, and top is also a variable which stores the index of the last inserted element. So whatever the element inserted last, that element index is stored in the variable top in simply. So these are the basic things about the stack, and let's go through queue also, then we'll go for program. So queue is also a linear list, means all elements are stored in a continuous manner, but for queue both sides are open. For stack only one side is open, for queue both sides are open. Here elements are inserted at one place, deleted at another place. So let us see how it works. For suppose you are going to the bank. In a bank, this is the manager or clerk, everyone is going and collecting the money, assume that. So this person comes first, after that second person come, after third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, and so on. So whenever any new person is coming, they are joining at the end side, not at the beginning. So behind him this person has stood up, behind him she stood up, so that so on, like this people stood up in the line. Now after collecting the money, first this person will go out, after that this person will go out, after that she will go out, like this, so on, one by one will go. So among all the people, who comes first? This fellow. And who comes last? She. Now after finishing the work, who will go first? The person who is standing at the beginning, he will go outside. The person who is standing at the beginning, he will go outside. Actually who comes first? He comes first and he only goes out. For suppose if any new person come, where he will be joined? In this place. Behind her that new person will be joined. For suppose if any person has to go out, they will go from front side, and people are adding from back side and moving outside from front side. So this is the basic concept. Queue means it works in the principle of first in first out, means the item which comes first, that will go out first. And here elements are added at back side. That back side there is one terminology is there, that is called as the rear. Rear is the back end where elements are added, and front is the beginning and beginning point from where elements will be deleted, So this is the real-time example. When it comes to the practical, here queue is maintained by using the concept of list, and front is a variable which stores the index of first element, rear is the variable which stores the index of last element. So whenever you want to add any element, that will be added at ending point. At the same time, whenever you want to remove any element, that will be deleted from beginning point, that is called as the front side. Now for the process of inserting elements into the queue, that operation name is called as enqueue. At the same time, process of removing elements from the queue, that process is called as the dequeue. Let us see other operations. Now queue. So whenever there are no elements in the queue, that is called as the empty queue. So this status also should be checked before deletion operation. Now enqueue means it is the process of inserting items to the queue at a rear point. For suppose here already there are two elements are there. Already we discussed that front always points to the first element, rear always points to the last element. Whenever you want to insert any element, after the rear only it should be inserted. For suppose here 20 is at front, 78 is at rear, two elements are there. Now I want to insert another element, that element is 34. Now how it can be inserted? So 20, 78 is there. Now new element will be added. After that you have to change the rear from 78 to 34. As per the definition, a rear element always points to the last inserted element. So here last inserted element is 78. When it comes to after inserting 34, last inserted element is 34. That's why rear should point to 34. Means you have to assign the index of 34 to the variable rear in simple manner. For suppose there is only one element in the queue, assume that there is no 78 at all, only 20 is there. Now front is also pointing to 20 and rear is also pointing to 20. Means if there is only one element, that is the first element and that one is the last element. That's why front and rear will point to the same element. And let's go for DQ. DQ means it is the process of deleting elements from the queue. Means deletion operation in the queue can be called as the DQ. For suppose here already 3 elements are there, 20, 78, 34. So front will point to the very first element and rear points to the very last element. Now I want to remove one element. So already we have discussed that in queue elements will be deleted from beginning. Now here 20 will be deleted. After that rear remains same, but front will be shifted to 78. The reason is that already we have discussed that front is a variable which always stores the index of first element, means always points to the first element. So this is the process of DQ operation. Now empty operation means you have to check that whether queue is empty or not. So generally whenever you are performing deletion operation, you need to check the status of the queue, because if you try to delete some element from an empty queue, it may arise error during program execution. So that's why before deleting before performing deletion operation, just check the status. If there are elements, then perform deletion operation, or else display some message queue is empty, like that. So these are the basic things about the stacks and queues, and let's get into the program. Now first open Python idle editor. And open the new file. First I'm going to discuss about the stack implementation. And before writing the program, first save your file. So I'm saving in the desktop. So first you have to create the empty stack. Whenever you're starting the program, first create one empty stack. This is the empty stack, and top equal to none. So in Python, none is used for nothing, means when the value is not known, you will keep it as none. So because when there is no elements in the stack, top value should be none, because when there is any element, then only top points to that element. If there are no elements, top is none, in simple manner. Now after that, for performing different operations, just create the menu in a loop. Already we have discussed how to create the menu things and all the things, how to create menu and all the things. Ch equal to before that you have to give the choices. 1.push /t 2.pop 3.disp 4.peek 5.exit. So this is the menu I have created. After that, among all the choices, I want to select one choice. Now based on the choice, I have to call the function chw equal to 1 elif chw equal to 2 pop elif chw equal to 3 disp elif chw equal to 4, then peek elif chw equal to 5, exit, else so this is the menu based program I am writing. Now after that you can take one input from the user so that whether they want to continue further or not. So input plus y to continue, any other key to exit. If not, if ch not in, you can give a list so that then break. Menu is ready. Now you have to write the different functions for stack implementation. The very first one I want to perform push operation. Just define the push function here, push push. Now what you have to do in the push operation? First you have to read an element for inserting into the stack. Element input, enter element to push. After that you have to push that element into the stack. Here stack is the list. How to add the element into the stack? By using the append function, by using the element. So by using that, element has been pushed at the end of the list. After that you have to calculate the top. So how do you calculate the top? Top equal to len of stack minus 1. So length of stack means number of elements in the stack, minus 1 means number of element minus 1, means this is the index of last element, because here in a list index is starting from 0. That's why I am keeping. And after that you can print a message that element push to stack. You can write like this, element push to stack. Yes, so for push operation I have done the implementation. Now I want to perform the pop operation. So how to do? So pop operation means removing elements from the stack. So before removing elements, already I told that whether stack is empty or not, you have to check. So if stack w equal to 1, then you have to type the message underflow. So underflow is the situation if you try to delete any element from the empty stack. Such situation is called as the underflow. So that's why I am keeping that message. Else means there are already some elements in the stack. Now I want to perform delete operation. So how to do? First you have to get the top value, and of stk minus 1. So I found the top value. Now keep the top in some variable for printing purpose, or else this one is not mandatory. Stk of top, which is going to be deleted. So this element I want to delete. I temporarily stored this in ELE variable. Now I am performing delete operation, stack of top. Now you can print element popped from stack. So we have finished the pop operation also. Now let's go with the display. Means I want to display the stack elements. So how to do? Before displaying also you have to display this, you have to check that whether stack is empty or not. So when there are no elements, you can write that stack is empty. Else, for suppose there are already some elements in the stack, then you can display. By which logic you have to display? So in stack, elements are taking from top side, means you have to take the index from top to bottom, means length of stack to 0, that is the index. So that now I have to create the index from which position, top, comma, up to 0. So -1 means if I give -1 here, it will be stopped at 0. And before that I should calculate the top value, because top is the global one. And now stk -1, yeah. Now simply you can print stk of k, and I want to display all the stack elements in single line, so that's why I'm giving n equal to, yeah. So display function is also completed. Next one is peek. So peek means it gives the topmost element in the stack. Whatever the element present at the top, that will be written by the peek function. Now peek, now I have to write that. Again here also you have to check that. Print stack is empty, else I want to get the topmost element. stk of top. So this is the topmost element. So this is the peek function, and now my whole program is ready. Let's get into the execution. See this, here I perform the push operation, adding elements to the stack, and here I perform the pop operation, deleting elements from the stack, and here I am displaying the stack elements. Here elements will be displayed in the reverse order of insertion. And peek means it always gives the topmost element in the stack. Let's run your program. So here there are the choices we have to enter. For suppose I want to perform push, enter 1, enter element to push 50, push it to stack, and press Y to continue. I want to perform one more insertion, push, enter element, then 60, press Y. Now press display. See this, what you are displaying, 60 and 50, but actually you entered 50 and 60. First you entered 50, then you entered 60, but when it comes to display, first it displayed 60, then it displayed 50, because the last inserted element will be taken first. By using that principle you are performing display and deletion operation. Now try to insert one more element, 70. Now try to display. So 70, 60, 50. So last inserted is 70. Before 70 I inserted 60. Before that I inserted 50. So the first inserted element will be present at last position. Means here the insertion and deletion operation are completely in opposite order. Order of elements will be completely different for insertion and deletion operation in the stack. Now let's go with the pop. So already we have discussed that whatever the element inserted last, that will be deleted first. For suppose I want to perform pop operation 2, choice 2. Now 70 popped from stack. So here 70 has been inserted last, that's why that has been popped first. Now try to display 3. So what you are seeing, 60 and 50. So now what is the topmost element? 60. If you have any doubt, you can check with the peek function. What is the topmost element? 60. Now go with one more pop operation, 60 popped from stack. Now try to display. There is only one element. If there is only one element, that is the top, go with that option. So topmost element is 50. Now try to perform pop. So 50 is also popped from the stack. Now try to display. It is showing that stack is empty. In this case, try to delete one more element. It is showing the message underflow. Underflow means there are no elements in the stack. And this is how you can perform different operations on the stack, and this is the way you have to implement the stack program by using the Python programming language. So I hope that everyone is clear. Let's get into the queue implementation. So stack is over. Now queue. So with little modifications you can make it as a q1. So it is not a stack, it is a queue. It is not a top. Here we have to use two other variables, one is front and second one is rear. So already we have discussed, front will store the index of the first element, rear stores the index of last element. Queue is a list which stores all the queue elements. Here you will store the elements, these two will store the index. Now here push operation name is called as NQ, and popper operation name is DQ, and display, here there is no option of peek. So its name I am giving NQ, DQ, choice 4 I am giving exit. Yeah, so menu has been created. So menu is ready. Now I have created the empty queue, and front and rear two variables. Front will store the index of the first element, rear stores the index of last element, and this is the menu option. Without terminating the program, I want to run continuously now. So up to here everything is same. First, what is the function name? NQ is the function name. Now I want to insert an element. Now I want to insert an element. So first, element input, enter element to insert. Terminology will be changed. Now here already we have discussed that element will be added at the ending side, so that q dot append element. Now after that, here there are two indexes are there, one is front, second one is rear. Two pointers are there. Front always points to the first element, rear always points to the last element. For suppose there is only one element in the stack queue, assume that there is only one element in the queue, then first element is the front and first element is the rear. So here first element index is 0, second element index is 1, third element index is 2, so on. So already we have discussed this concept in the list, doesn't need to discuss again. That's why now you have to check the length of the queue, how many elements are there in the queue. First you have to check that len of queue double equal to 1, means there is only one element. Then first element is the front, index of the first element, and rear is also 0. If there is only one element. For suppose already there are some elements are there, in this case you doesn't need to touch the front, because front always stores the first element index. Where you are adding the elements, you are adding the elements at the rear point. That's why you have to modify the rear value. Rear equal to len of q minus 1. So almost insertion operation is over. So when there is one element, then you have to make front and rear as the first element, means index of the first element. Otherwise you have to keep rear as the latest element inserted index. Now after that you can keep a message, print element inserted in queue. Insertion is over. Now I want to perform deletion operation. So for this I have to write one more function, dq. So before perform deletion operation, you have to check that whether queue is empty or not. Empty queue. Else, for suppose there are no elements, in this case what you have to do, you have to display the message empty queue. Assume that there are elements in the queue, then from where you have to perform deletion operation? From the front, not from the rear. So that's why first, before deleting element, you have to keep this in one temporary variable. If there are elements, means first element is the front, that's why you can keep q of 0. and after that you have to perform deletion operation, delete q of 0, or else this much doesn't need to worry, so delete q. And after that you can print a message, element deleted from q. You can keep this message, and after that you have to change the front and rear values also. After deleting one element, the length of the list will be varied and elements will be shifted backwards. So that's why you have to think. For suppose after deleting the elements, q will become empty. Assume that. For suppose there is only one element in the q, then you have deleted that element, so then q will be empty. Length of q is 0, means there are no elements in the q. If there are no elements, what will be the front value? 0. And what will be the, sorry, not the 0. If there are no elements, front value is none. At the same time, rear value is also none when there are no elements at all. For suppose there are some elements, in this case you have deleted the first element and all the elements will be shifted backwards. So in this case front always points to the 0. Already I kept at beginning front is 0. Now you have to update the latest rear value, len of q minus 1. So that's it. So this is the concept of q deletion operation. Now display. I want to display the list of elements. Now before that you have to check the emptiness of the queue, so that is the same logic you have to write. Now you have to print the elements. So for that write a loop for k in range front comma rear plus 1, means you have to display from beginning, not in the reverse side. You are displaying from the front side. In case of stack you have to display in reverse order. So print q of k comma and equal to, yeah, so I want to display in the same line. Now before that, what is the front value is 0, and what is the rear value? So that is the latest length of q minus 1. So this is the way you can display the q elements. So almost logic has been completed. Now let's run this program and see this. So now here nq, dq, disp and exit. First go for nq, add 20 inserted y. Again go for nq, I inserted 30. Again nq, I inserted 50. Now y. Now try to display. See this, first I inserted 20, after that I inserted 30, after that I inserted 50. So here data has been displayed in the same order as we have inserted, but in case of stack data will be displayed in reverse order of the insertion. But here 20 comes first, 20, 30 comes next, 30, 50 comes next, 50. For suppose I insert one more element, 60. Now try to display. See this, 60 will be added after 50. So this is the rear and this is the front. Elements are added at the rear point. Now perform deletion operation. It is showing that dq is not defined. So some spelling mistake, I think somewhere I have written, yeah, small e I have to write. So let me do insertion again, y 20, 30 and 40, yeah, and try to display. See this, here elements are inserted in the same order, 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40. Oh, insertion already I had told, so let's go with the deletion. Click on 2, first y to continue, then go with choice 2. See this, 20 will be deleted. So in this queue of 3 elements, the first element will be deleted. So means deletion will be happened at this place. insertion has been happened this place and deletion will happen at this place. So 20 has been deleted. Now try to display. Now 30 and 40 left. So first element has been deleted and last element remains same. Now press Y, perform DQ again. Now 30 has been deleted. Now try to display. Only one element left. So when there is only one element, that is the front and that is the rear. So directly it will be removed. Enter your choice. Now I want to delete. So 40 also deleted from the queue and click on 3. So empty queue means there are no elements in the queue. In this case, if you try to perform deletion operation, it should show the status empty queue, otherwise it may generate an error. So instead of if you press any other key, program will be terminated and you can close this window. And this is how you can implement the queue by using the Python programming language. So this is the queue logic for insertion, and this is the logic for deletion, and this is the logic for display purpose also. So that's all about the stacks and queues, and still if you have any doubts you can ask me and we will discuss some other time, and that's all.